Mansi Gopala is riding the latest wave of U.S. immigration. A software engineer originally from India, she's now a U.S. citizen living in North Carolina. At a recent Indian Independence Day celebration, Governor Pat McCrory encouraged more people like Gopala to settle here.
This is the best of America. This is the best of India. We work together. We learn together. We can pray together.
The Mexican border has dominated the public conversation this presidential election. Calls to send the 11+ million unauthorized immigrants home and build a wall like this to keep them out. But government data show that immigrants today are more likely to look like Gopala, Asian and highly educated. Recent census figures show India and China eclipsed Mexico as the top sources of U.S. immigrants, documented and undocumented. Growing up in teeming Bangalore, India's high-tech capital, Gopala's first taste of American culture was from watching Star Trek on TV when she was 6.
If there is a possibility of building a USS Enterprise, the best chances are in America. If a cure for cancer be found anywhere in the world, I think the best chances are in America.
Millions of others chose a different path to America. This man crossed the Mexican border illegally 19 years ago and settled in North Carolina. He asked that the AP not give his name or exact location because he is concerned about possible deportation. But he wanted people to see his face and hear his story. With little English and just 6 years of schooling, his options were limited. Like so many of his countrymen, he ended up in the tobacco fields.
Hot days, cold days, and rain days, we need work. No stop.
2 years later, his wife and 2 children joined him. They also had to work in the fields.
When you see your children come in the house and tired and say, "Oh, Daddy, it's hard."
More Mexicans left the country than came in recent years. But Dan Stein of the Federation for American Immigration Reform says rampant importation of labor on both ends of the spectrum is what's killing the middle class.
We've created dependency for highly skilled labor on the high end for our technological advantage, and we're also importing massive numbers of lower skilled workers than the average American worker without any obvious economic reason in a post-industrial information world.
But University of North Carolina demographer James Johnson says that with a graying population, the U.S. needs the low-skilled workers as much as engineers and doctors.
I feel critical needs in our labor market. We typically talk about the 3D job, the difficult, the dirty, and the dangerous. You don't like to do them, so we have to have someone to do them.
The Mexican immigrant is thankful for what America has given him, but he says he has also given back. 2 years ago, he left the tobacco fields and opened a Mexican grocery and restaurant in his adopted hometown.
And pay the water has taxes. Pay the power has taxes. Pay the gasoline has taxes.
He still has no legal status, but to him, this is home.
For me, this is my pueblo. I love this place.
Gopala became a citizen in 2013. She says President Obama's words in the letter accompanying her certificate express her feelings better than she ever could.
You represent the promise of American dream, and because of your determination, this great nation is now your nation.
She's convinced diversity is America's greatest strength, and she hopes her adopted country will keep moving in that direction. Alan Breed, Associated Press, Raleigh, North Carolina.